Good morning, my friends. Welcome back. It's a new week, isn't it? How exciting. New week of possibilities. And new week means it's time for a new Deal It Up challenge. Week 82, maybe, I think. I think it's week 82. So let's jump into this, shall we? If you're new, just settle back, watch what goes on. I'm sure you'll pick it up in no time. So I've got my 5 sets of cards here and I will pull my 5 prompts. I think I'll do a reveal once I've pulled them all. So we'll just pull and then see what we're working with. So let's go that one. No rhyme or reason to the cards I pull or what part of the stack I pull from. I just trying to make it a bit playful. I hope you had a fantastic weekend. Did you get up to anything exciting? I know I asked you that last week, whether you had anything exciting planned. I'm blind shuffling now because I kind of had a little visual memory of what cards were where. So now I'm just shuffling blind and going to take the top one. Oh, it's one of the newer ones. Well, my weekend was supposed to be quite full, like it wasn't, and then all of a sudden it was, and then all of a sudden it wasn't. So we had plans to meet up with a lady on Saturday afternoon and then go out for dinner with our friends on Saturday night, and hubby is still sick. In fact, he went back to work for a couple of days and then was home on Friday with extra... he actually took a turn for the worse. He was hacking, coughing, and his voice was, you know, that deep, raspy, sexy kind of voice. And yeah, so he was home Friday, and Saturday still not great. So we decided we would not spread bugs around, which meant the meeting's postponed until next Saturday. And as it happens, our friend's little 5-year-old daughter was not well either, so yeah, it actually worked out for all of us, and we'll reschedule and do it some other time when hopefully everybody is 100%. That would be good, wouldn't it? So yeah, instead of a busy social weekend, we are having a very quiet one. Let's take the top one. And our final pull here. So I am getting ahead on my week's videoing. I have done 2 videos today, and this is my 3rd because I am anticipating I'll be out a couple of days this coming week. So while I'm feeling very inspired to get ahead on things, I'm making the most of it. Also a bit wary that if I end up getting what hubby's got, that I might be down for the count for a few days where I don't feel like videoing or can't. So I thought, well, while I'm feeling not too bad, I've got a slight headache, the occasional niggly sore throat, but nothing really much. And this morning I had a bit of a froggy voice, and yeah, I thought, uh-oh, but it seems to have settled down. So I'm hoping that I'm going to be fine, that it's not going to develop into anything more. Because you all know I'm too busy for that sort of craziness. I don't get sick pay. I don't get holiday pay. I don't even get paid. If I don't put a video up, then it's not there to earn me a few cents. So, you know, Mum says to me, will it matter? The world will fall apart if you don't put a video up. And I said no. And then I've been thinking, well, if I don't put a video up, then I don't earn a dollar for that day. And literally that's all it is. It's $1, you know, in that sort of realm, depending of course how many people watch it. So yes, it does impact if I don't put a video up, but primarily I do it because I love doing it and I love connecting with you guys. So all that aside, let's do our reveal for the prompts for this week. Flame. That's very appropriate given it's winter here. So flame. least favorite color. Ooh, I know a few of you find that challenging. As you know, I do. Buttons. It's funny, that's a prompt that I often hope doesn't come up. I love buttons, don't get me wrong. I really, really love buttons, but I find it difficult to use them because I love them. Also because they create bulk. So today we have buttons. The alternate prompt is a tuck spot, which is fun. Oh darn. No, that is the Jack of Hearts. I was thinking, that's not the Joker, is it? No, it's not the Joker. It is actually the Jack of Hearts, I think. Now I'm like, is it the Jack of Hearts or is it the Joker? Let's just do a quick wee flip through. Have we done the Jack of Hearts? I don't think we have we? Sorry, just bear with me for a moment because I wanted to do the Joker as a kind of like end of series when we get to the end of the series. So just let's have a quick wee flip through. So maybe it is a Joker. If it is a Joker, we are going to redraw. So just hang fire for... Yes, we have done the Jack of Hearts. So I'm going to put that away and redraw because the Joker is going to be the last thing that we do in this series. So it will be essentially the 53rd card. So I thought I'd keep the Joker aside, but obviously it got kind of a bit mixed up in the pack. So let's just choose another card. I'm just going to take the top one and do a reveal. Okay, we are now doing the 6 of clubs. Sorry about that, guys. But we don't really want 2 Jack of Hearts in our deck of 52, do we? Because then someone else is going to miss out. Right, so I've pre-inked my base here for my faux playing card for the 6 of clubs. I'm going to stencil it. As you know, I usually do. So grab out my little base here, and I've got some new stencils. So I've chosen this one. It's kind of a rose pattern, and it's basically is slightly smaller than A4, but basically A4 size, and it's going to cover the whole thing nicely. And least favorite color is the prompt. I think I'm going to go grey. I think. Well, grey for a start anyway. This has had pink on it, but should be fine. I'm just going to go ahead and use the same pad here because there's not a lot of pink on there. Might have to work a bit hard to get the grey dark enough to show. I think I'm going to do a layer of grey if I can. Is it even showing? Yeah, it is kind of. And then add some other colour to it, because this grey is very pale. It's called shadow grey, so it is designed to be a very light colour. Oops, I'm getting the tool caught up in the stencil, which isn't ideal. Just adopting a slightly different method on those areas where it's getting caught up. I honestly don't know if this is going to show up enough, but I think I did grey last time we had this prompt. Yeah, it is coming through, but it is very, very pale, so just going to work at it a little bit harder. I think a lot of my little mini ink pads are actually getting on the dry side, which is very, very sad. Means I might have to actually go out and buy some more ink pads soon. Right, it is visible. I don't know how well you can see it, but it is there. So I'm going to take my Spun Sugar Distress ink, which is the other ink that's on this. I shouldn't have moved my stencil. Can we line it back up? I guess it doesn't matter too much. Where did I have it? That looks like it might be... No. Eek, help. There's a big one down here. No, I cannot work out how it was lined up. So we're just going to do some spots with the pink. Doesn't matter if it doesn't match up. Again, this one's going to be very pale and light, so it's not really going to matter too much. Yeah, I can barely see it, but I'm not going to spend more time. I'm going to call that good. It's very, very subtle. As I said, you probably can't even see it on camera, but trust me, I don't know whether that makes a difference if I lift it up. I don't know. Let's go ahead. Let's move forward. We need our black. We need a 6. Oops. I like it straight on the block. Just one of my little quirks. And 6 there and 6. Oops, almost did a mistake there. We need to switch it around. And a 6 there. Oops. Oh, yay. Yay. When you're rushing, you make mistakes. Like shoving your lid in on top of your ink pad, and it's a relatively new one, so it's all juicy. It doesn't take much to transfer that ink, does it? So clean up on aisle bindi. Right, why am I putting the lid on anyway? Because I need now to do our club symbol. So grab out my little club here. It's a beautiful day outside this afternoon. We had rain all morning, and this afternoon it is quite warm outside and really beautiful blue sky, a few white fluffy clouds around. It's just pretty as a picture. Very warm for winter, but apparently there's supposed to be good again tomorrow. Snow in the forecast for early next week, so maybe the day that this is, maybe, but not to low levels, so that it won't be anywhere near where I am. But it just means it's going to get colder. That's what it means for us. It will be cold, and I'm quite enjoying this warm afternoon. It's very nice. I might actually be able to get into the office after I've done this and do a bit of computer work. Would be good. Make hay while the sun shines, or do computer work while it's not too bad in the office, while it's not too cold in there. Okay, I am also going to just take a black pen and do a wee line under the 6, just to show which way up it is. Now the club also will indicate which way up it goes, but it's just another little detail I like to normally add. I think I've missed on some, but so there we go. There is the back of our card. Let's now concentrate on the decorative side. So, least favourite colour. I've gone with grey inking. The stenciling I don't need to match to the prompt, but I generally do. What do I have that's grey? I don't actually know. that I've got much that is grey. Just wondering if I've got anything in this flow book that might be grey. Just have a quick wee flick through. I think it's generally colours, but it's very hard to flick through when some bits are cardstock and then there's little inclusions and kind of makes it fall out of your hand. Some very thin papers, some vellum. I have to say, that's not my favourite colour. I love the design of it, but I don't like the colour. That's kind of grey, but I quite like the pattern on the other side of it. That is the problem. That one's grey as well. Gosh, I'm not very good at making a decision today, am I? That's grey, but again, they're double-sided, so I like the other side of them. These ones at the front. Okay, this one may actually be the one I go for. I think all those ones at the end are black and white. Oh, is that grey? Oh, can't separate the page. It's kind of a bluey grey, but I like that better than I like this. So I'm just going to do it. Oh, but I love that side. Oh, why do they do this to me? Why? They make it so difficult, because I really love that grid side. Is there another one in the back here that we might be able to sacrifice? As I said, it's very hard to flick through this book in this manner. That's grey. It's a blue grey, kind of like a Payne's grey, which I actually don't mind Payne's grey, but because it does have that blue tone. And I'm not that fond of that side either. Okay, let's use this one. Yay, we finally made a decision. Right, popping the book back on the bookcase out of my way. Okay, so I could use either side, because neither side are kind of really... I probably prefer this side, so even though it's least favourite colour, I'm going to go with this. Also because it's grey, which is what I started off with, was grey. So let's continue in that vein. Grab out glue stick. Ooh. Tug the top off. So yes, I haven't got a huge amount to talk about because yeah, life's been pretty insular. Normally I would have been out last Friday, but because hubby was homesick, I wasn't. Yeah, it definitely has an impact on plans and things, you know, when somebody is not well. And that's okay, you know, it happens, doesn't it? It's just part of life. It is temporary. It will improve as long as I don't fall sick, and then we kind of start the cycle again. Please no, don't want that sort of nonsense. But apart from the niggles, I do feel quite good. So I think also having hubby home sick is meant I haven't been working as hard. I haven't been doing as much work, so it's actually meant more rest for me. And I think that's actually done me quite some good. So here we go. I'm just going to cover the whole thing in this paper. Instead of collaging it, I'm just going to go one pattern and then we'll decorate on top of it. So flame, where am I going to find a flame? That's the next issue, isn't it? Next challenge is to find something with a flame. And buttons. I love the word buttons. Like, it just conjures up cozy, cute, nostalgia. Like Mum's button tin, I would tip them out on the floor and go through them. It's just, and it sounds to me like the name of a cat, or something cute and fluffy, you know, buttons. Buttons, here buttons, buttons. Has anyone ever had a pet called Buttons? I haven't, but has anyone named a cat or a bunny or something? Have you ever named something Buttons? Or a dog? Probably less common for a dog. But let me know if you have. I think it would be fun to know. Right, let's distress this while I have a wee think. Yeah. Actually, now it makes me want to name our next cat Buttons. Depends whether that cat suits that name or not. Sometimes have preconceived ideas about names for animals, and then you see the animal and it's not the right name for them, doesn't suit them. But we're not ready to get another cat or kitten just yet. It's too soon after Georgie. We're still really grieving over losing our 2-year-old Georgie, our youngest cat, and we've still got our other 3 cats. So we're just going to rest on that, although hubby was really wanting to go visit the SPCA last week. He was like, we could just go look. And I says, yeah, but you know, go look, and then we wouldn't be able to leave without taking one because we'd just fall in love. And I was like, well, we could go look because we haven't got a cat carrier with us, so we could just go and do it and look, and you know, we haven't got a cat carrier, so we can't take one home. And he's like, well, we could always buy one there. So yes, how long will it be before we get another kitten or a cat? Can't say. Personally, I'm not ready yet. Okay, flame. I'm thinking maybe my children's book. Surely there will be a flame in here. Some sort of fire. I think there might be like a little camp scene or something in here that we might be able to use if it's small enough or large enough. Depends where it is, what part of the book it's in. I suppose you could almost use the sun, like flames, at a stretch. Please don't make me a liar, book. Please show me some flames in here somewhere. More sun. Come on, it must be. I'm sure I have seen something, unless I've cut into it or used it some other time. We're getting into the smaller images now. Undersea, well, it's not going to be in that part, is it? And how are we going to incorporate buttons with a fire or flames? It's going to be obviously no story really happening in that. Oops. So many holes in these pages. Getting a bit caught up on each other. I'm trying to think, if I don't find anything here, where else can I look? Don't think I've got any stamps that are of a flame or a fire. Magazine, maybe find one in one of my magazines that are beside me. It's not looking hopeful, my friends, is it? Trying to do this as quickly as possible. You guys have seen quite a bit of this book so far as I've pulled it out and hunted through it many a time. Sometimes with success and sometimes not. Space, no. There's winter, but no fire. Oh dear, we're running out. Picnic, no. Oh dear, dearie me. Felt a bit like Eeyore then. Dearie me. Oh, buttons. Ooh. Buttons. Right, okay. I think I've just found my buttons, so not a complete and utter waste of time. I'd forgotten about the buttons in here. So just a few more pages looking for flame. And we've got firefighter, but no flames. Okay, but we do have buttons. No grey buttons, but that's okay. What colour would we like? Kind of like these purple ones. What's on the other side? Nothing really. Or do we want it something? Oh, actually green. Let's go green. I could take multiple colours, but I want to save some buttons for some other time. Okay, so we have buttons. Still need a flame. And I'm wondering if this magazine might afford us something. Either an advertisement for a fireplace. That's why oh, there's a flame. It's not a great flame though. It's a bit of boring, that one. It's not very colourful. Or an article of someone's house or something that shows flames. Pretty sure I've seen that type of image in these magazines. Oh, isn't that pretty? Love that. But not what we're looking for today. I hope the glare on this magazine isn't too bad for you guys. It is quite shiny, but not too much I can do about that. Lots of beautiful images in these. Like, look at this doorway. Just think that's absolutely gorgeous for a project on, you know, collage or something. Somewhere I will find a way to use it. Oops, too many pages at once. Come on, there must be some fire somewhere, surely, apart from that not great one at the back, because that was a bit bleh. If it's going to be a focal point, I want it more interesting, more colourful, vibrant. Oh, we're getting to the front. Might be the wrong season, this magazine. That might be the problem. Oh, there's a pile of leaves on fire, but there's no flame. So that's not going to work. If I don't find one in this magazine, which is not looking hopeful, I will pop you on pause. Oh, there's one. Maybe we could use this picture. Maybe we can fit her and the flame on. Yes, we can. Do I want to fussy cut it? It's got a little branding logo there, so I'm going to chop that off. So do a straight cut there. I really like that watch on the other side, but we've had to sacrifice it. So never mind. Okay, I think I do want to fussy cut it. So I'm going to kind of go around. I want a bit of that foreground with the cozy looking rugs. Bear with me, we did find something, but it does mean I am now doing some fussy cutting. But shouldn't take too long. It's interesting, I was watching a video yesterday and the person was like, I can't remember what words, but basically she promises not to do fussy cutting on video. And I get that, I totally get that. I try not to do too much on video, but it is part of the process. And I kind of felt a little disappointed for her because I don't know how sustainable that's going to be. And she's a relatively new YouTuber. In fact, I think it might have been her first video. So I was like, yeah, I hope she's not setting herself up to sort of bind herself into a corner. Right, what am I going to do with these buttons? Probably don't need all of them. Let's cut down between them. I'm having to do a slightly wonky line because they overlap a little bit. I think I'm just going to do a loose sort of wormy line, if you like, or caterpillar line going in and out. Give it a bit of shape. Oops, taking chinks out where I don't want to take chinks out. But I do know what it's like, you know, starting up a YouTube channel and having ideals and, you know, you make decisions on your YouTube channel based on what you yourself like to watch. So it's quite possible that she doesn't like to watch people fussy cutting. And that's fair enough. Like, yeah, totally get that. But in the meantime, it's good to support, you know, YouTubers who are trying to build their channels, build into something, been there, still doing it. And you guys are amazing. I love having you join me. I think I've already said that in today's video, but it's true. I love your comments and your feedback, and when I get to see your projects, it makes me very happy. So do I want that there? It kind of like gives her something to look at. Although I want to bring that down a bit. I'm going to put that right up that edge. And then something up here. Okay, I'm going to go with that, but I am going to ink around this. Oops. Get my other ink pads out the way, because it's quite white, you know. I don't mind the white so much, but I just want to give it an edge, a border, and match it to the card. I'm not going to ink all the white, although one could if one wanted to. You know, it's like distressing. Often I think, oh, you know, don't do too much distressing on camera because it can be boring, and true, it can. But I think as part of a project, when you're just doing bits as you need to. Like, it's part of the process. It's not everybody inks, and that's fine, and those of us that ink, it's fine. It's just part of the process, whether you do it or not, or whether you just enjoy the person's style who's doing it. Part of that style is actually the inking. So I try to keep it balanced and just do what I have to. That, you know, you once something's glued down or put together, you run out of the option to do so. So that now or never scenario like this. Once it's down, I wouldn't be able to ink it. Okay, this is not going to be inked, but I am going to use glue stick for that. And then to find just something else to finish it off, maybe a label, or a word or something. Oops, keep dropping her. This is a very nice cozy winter type image, I feel. Oops, not, well, no, it's stuck now. It's over a little bit further that way than I anticipated. So we will be trimming some of the flame off, which is fine. It's still enough there. We know what it is. Oh, and seriously need to clean my scissors from this being the third video. I haven't cleaned them in between and they're getting stuff stuck all over them. Isn't that giving cozy winter vibes? Oops, a little bit of glue there. Right. Ow! Jeepers. I just stabbed myself with the point of my scissors. Look how pointy those are. And I just stabbed myself. Fortunately not hard enough to draw blood. But still, it was out. Okay. Label. So maybe one of my handmade labels. It's probably a bit small. Not too bad actually. But do we want a long one? Or a bigger one? Like maybe like this. Or like this. No, that's too big. Okay. $19.08. Well, that definitely doesn't look like $19.08, so no. I like the green too, tying in with those buttons. Feel like it needs a third. Don't ask me. One is probably quite sufficient, but I feel like 3. I don't have a round one and I want a round one. So you find a round, actually a coffee ring might work as our, yeah, let's do that. Okay, rather than do a round label. Or we could do a round number if I have a green one in my pottle here. It's kind of, it's a tealy, but I don't like the pink on it. It's introducing yet another colour. Have I got a green one? I might have used all the green ones because I seem to be reaching for a green one quite often. That one will be fine. Let's do that instead. Okay, so we're going to put 3 labels on, or 2 labels and a number, just because that's what I felt. Maybe it's subliminally because I want to cover up the grey. Don't know. Could think a bit too deeply into things sometimes, instead of just going, it's just how it went on the day. Right, so my brain is turning to the tuck spot, which is why I went a little bit quiet. It's like, am I going to do the tuck spot? We do have that other strip of green buttons, so we could. That and our number, and this is done. Oh, apart from one thing I need to do, I think. Okay, so we've got a little cluster happening there. What I want to do is just ink this edge where I laid that image over top, just to incorporate it into the card. Continue that frame. Okay, so that's our faux playing card done. It is the 6 of clubs. Very faint stenciling, but it is there. It just gives it a little something on the back to make it interesting on the writing space. And then we have our little flame, we have our buttons, and we have a least favourite colour. So I've said this before, but if you're new and wondering, least favourite colour, if you don't have a least favourite colour, just pick one that you don't tend to use so often, so you find that you don't reach for it. And it might be a perfectly wonderful, lovely colour that you don't mind, but you just don't use it normally for whatever reason, and go with that instead. So there we have that one. That is, I'm actually really happy with how that came together. The only issue I have with the tuck spot is the flame, because it was hard enough to find that flame. Shall we give it a go anyway? Shall we use the same paper? Why not? I want to do some layering though. So I'm going to look in my bag of scraps. No, that doesn't work. Bear with me while I do a bit of hunting in my bag. I can't show you because it makes it harder to look. And you've seen my bag of scraps quite a number of times, I'm sure. Oh, here's a bit of a masterboard. Now it is a tag shape, but that's okay. We can still use that. Make it into a side tuck, maybe even. Okay, kind of got a start of a plan forming. So I'm going to use this bit of masterboard as my base. And I think I want to do this into 3. Three random strips. Yep, so one there, one in the middle. So we're not completely covering our masterboard. We're just getting peeps of those colour come through. Something like that. Yep, okay. Let's just do it. Try not to think about it too much. How long are we going for? Yep, we need to get cracking or risk going over time. So I'm going to try not to think too much about it. Just go for it. The flame will be the tough bit, I think. Maybe I'll go for that not so great image in the back of the magazine. Add a pinch. Doesn't need to be the focal point, whereas I was focused on it for the card, focused that it would be the focal point. On the tuck spot, I can go the other way. It doesn't have to be the focal point. It can just be an item that's included. Oops, haste makes waste. I just gouged out my glue stick. Got a little kink here that I'll need to trim off, which is fine. I'm just going to grab my wet wipe and kind of wipe off that clump of glue. Right, and this one, trim it up now. Now I'm not going to put this a thumb notch on this because it is a tuck spot as opposed to a pocket, and I may even cut this down a little bit and make it into perhaps 2 tuck spots. Oh, gluey stuff on my fingers, get off me. I haven't got time to mug around with you. Right, use up the rest of that clump of glue that I gouged out. You can tell it's a good day outside because I can hear children laughing outside, which is rather lovely. Right, that actually goes the other way round. Not that it would matter overly much if I got it the wrong way round. Right, buttons. Wondering, would they, no, that's too small. The punch is too small, I mean. Even for those smaller buttons, the punch is too small. So that's not a possibility. Do we go real buttons? Do have some real buttons here. Oh, they're cute. Maybe we go real buttons. Maybe put some thread in them just for fun. Some embroidery cottons here. What colour? Purple or blue? Or grey? No, not that one. Maybe this one. Oops, not that pink. No, this one. Yeah, let's go this one. Can I get them through the holes without putting a needle on? No, let's take the time. Won't take long to put it through a needle, and then hope the needle goes through the holes on the buttons. No, maybe it's not going to work. Okay, need to separate out the threads. That's what I need to do. And half the problem is I've got gluey fingers, so things are sticking to my fingers. Right, that's better. Oh, sticky, yuck. Right. So I might go through a couple of times. Or multiple times. It's more than a couple, isn't it? I I probably won't put thread in all the buttons. I just like to have at least one button with some sort of thread through it. So it just adds a bit more texture, a bit more interest. And I'm going to, I need to clean my fingers. It's making it so difficult with sticky fingers. Like that, and then just trim off a bit of that length. Okay, it's a bit curly too, which is annoying me. Let's try and flatten it. Didn't really flatten it, did it? Just curled it the other way. It's also being curled in the bag because it's been curved around all the different size bits of paper, and that's not helping. It would have been better. Actually, I might use my alcohol glue for this. Better if it had been somewhere flat, like under my mat or something, but never mind. Right, let's glue these on. I'm using this glue because I know it's going to stick them well, whereas the tacky glue I'm not 100% sure that it would. Oops. Right. 3 little buttons. We've got our buttons on. I'll just put the needle away somewhere safe for now. Okay, so we're left with the flame. I am wondering, okay, hoping this isn't too thick for my guillotine. Okay, I'm going to go to about there, I think. Oh gosh, that was a bit hard to get through. So I've just got a little triangle there I'll throw out. So I've actually got 2 tuck spots, but I'm going to put this one aside and that will be for another day. So this will be my tuck spot. So I need a flame. So let's look at this one that was in the back of the magazine. Wherever it was. This one. Hopefully I can fit it on. It's a very insipid looking flame. Right, I'm going to start at the outside of the fireplace and then we'll cut down as we need to make it fit. So we're almost there, guys. I thank you so much if you've watched till this point. Thank you so much for keeping me company. Right, it's definitely too big at the moment. Cut down to the inside of the firebox. I think it's a gas fire. I don't think it's a wood fire. And gas fires just aren't the same. In my opinion. It's got a little sort of pinkish flame which kind of ties in with the background there. I don't want it to be random is the problem, and it's feeling very random. Don't like this shadow on the side either, so take the shadow off, which means it's lopsided. So trim it down. Oh, sirens outside. Maybe I need something to seat it in, like book page. And then maybe I need to actually take that down a bit so it's not so unbalanced, because I feel it's a little unbalanced right now. But the book page definitely helps. Oh, I'm hungry too. It's past time for my afternoon snack. Need to go make my cheese and crackers. Yeah, that definitely helps in my eyes. Now, do I want to trim that down a bit? I think I do. I'm just going to chop it like so. So we're getting our tuck spot here. It's just going to be a nice little corner tuck spot. And finish it off with a label. It's a bit big, I think. We kind of got some purple, and I didn't put that on straight. Oh well. Oh, I did move it. Here we go. That's better. Is purple the right colour? Kind of matches the buttons a little bit, doesn't it? She says as she covers it with her arm, so you can't actually see. Do we like? No, it needs to be horizontal. Put a partial on, like that, or this. No, I'm just going to go with that. Okay. I told you I was going to try and make quick decisions, and here I am fluffing around like nobody's business. But we got there. And it needs to be inked around, but I think I'll do that off camera. In my eyes, it needs inking. Okay, we got there, my friends. In the nick of time, we made it through. So I have made the 6 of clubs with buttons, least favourite colour. Today I'm using grey and a flame, and a tuck spot with a flame, buttons and least favourite colour. Oh gosh darn it. Gosh darn it, my friends. I can't do it. I need to ink it, because to me it just, you're not seeing it in its fullness. So take a few seconds. Let's just do it. And we're done. See, quick as that. Like lightning. Okay, I hope you enjoyed today's Deal It Up challenge. I hope you give it a go. Even if you've never joined in before, there's always an opportunity to jump in. You know, you don't have to do all of them. You can pick and choose. Just have some fun and make something that you can use in your journal or send in Happy Mail. Okay guys, take care, have a great afternoon, evening, whatever time of day you're at, and I'll be back tomorrow with another video. I'll see you then. Bye for now.